I am interviewing a pioneer today, Mr. Foster Vincent Corridor. He's been in cinema for decades, and he is the best friend of the late and great Rudy Ray Moore. You know him as Dolomite, and he decided that he would sit down with me on the Simeon Henderson show and just give us some insight to who he is, what he's done, and about his friend as well. And I'm very honored to sit down and have this no holds bar, gloves off conversation with my man. So please welcome to the Simeon Henderson show, the one and the only Mr. Foster Corridor.
Well, thank you, sir.
Come on in, sir.
All right.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Welcome to Hollywood.
Man, thank you. So, this is how I want to start off this interview. So, everybody, this is Foster Vincent Corridor. Make sure you check him out. Let's start it off this way.
Mm-hmm.
You are from Chicago.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Ah.
So you're from Chicago. Well, I hit the South Side, right?
Yes, sir.
Over
yes,
east.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dorchester, actually, in Marquette Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, where did you go to high school?
I went to CBS.
You went to CBS.
I went to St. Cyril's.
Okay.
Grammar school, and let me say, first of all, I'm sorry, I'm waving because it's.
We're out in the elements, guys. We're out in the elements.
So, to Chicago. Hey, y'all. I mean, being from Chicago, I've been away for forever, and I haven't done any media, Chicago media, in 30 years. I mean, since Chicago Tribune, the Chicago Defender,
the Sun-Times.
They all wrote stories about me in Ebony magazine. And,
yes.
In 1977, I think, did a story on
Oh,
me
wow.
and stuff. You know, so I haven't. So I'm happy to do your show, sir. You know, this like takes me home. You know, so
okay.
So anyway, what was the question?
So I was asking about high school and where you grew up. Okay. So let's get right into it.
Sure.
Now, you have hundreds of projects under your belt when it comes to cinematography, production. You've even acted in a couple.
Yes.
And directing and let's start here. Before all of that, I found out that you were a photographer for animals.
Yes.
So my question is, how did you get started in the world of film and photography?
Okay. How did I get started? That's a really good question. Well, I got started. I was always I love photography, and I worked for the Chicago Sun-Times.
Okay.
And they had a subscription. My mom started a newspaper branch out of the basement of our house, of the apartment building that she managed on Dorchester. That shows what kind of hustler she was. You know, I wanted to do her movie one day, because my mom was, well, she's a hell of a woman. I'll say that. You know, she had 4 jobs. You know, so all you sisters out there that say you can't go to school and work at the same time
and raise your kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because mom had 4 jobs and she raised 4 kids. But anyway, it's a fly in my ear, guys. I'm sorry.
I saw it.
So I got they had a subscription drive. If you got so many subscriptions to the paper, you get a little pin light camera, right? And so I got so many subscriptions, I got 2 of them. And I just was on a thing. I started taking pictures, and that was when you go to the store and the drugstore, and you didn't get film when I was a kid, because all my relatives were country. They say, boy, go to the store and get a roll of film.
Film.
You know, so you go get some films, and then I'm going to skip over the negative part, but it's the truth. No, I'm not going to. No,
just say it. That we want to hear it.
There was a pedophile on my newspaper route named Hollins, Mr. Hollins. He knew that I liked cameras, so he got me into his apartment when his wife was working, and he, you know, ended up, I went home and told my mom I was going to die because Mr. Hollins sucked my guts out.
Oh, wow.
You know? So my mom went down to his house and shot at him a couple of times.
Wow.
And him and his wife moved out the neighborhood. But he took advantage of my love for camera.
Yeah.
So that just instilled camera in me, you know, because I saw people was doing, I felt like the world wanted to keep me away from the camera or something, you know. So that put me more into it, and so I started taking pictures, and then I ended up, the Blackstone Rangers was really heavy back then, you know, and was deemed the worst street gang in the history of America. So I ended up forging my birth certificate when I was 15 years old to go to Vietnam. And while in Vietnam, I bought a camera in Hong Kong and came back and used the GI Bill to enroll at Chicago Academy of Fine Arts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I went there for 4 years, and the dean of that school was in the Marxist Society. I'm sorry, guys, we keep waving because it's little California flies.
We're outside. Remember, that's one thing. We're outside in the elements. So
that's right. Sunshine. I know in Chicago it'll be snowing in a minute.
yeah,
right?
no, it snowed already.
It snowed already?
Twice.
Oh, y'all. Okay. Well, get that shovel and shovel a little bit, and then come back inside and watch some more of the interview. So anyway, I used the GI Bill to go to Chicago Academy of Fine Arts, and I graduated from Before I graduated, I opened Foster's Pet and Animal Photography on the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
On 87th Street and 87th, and in between. Is Stony Island still?
Stony Island is still Stony Island. Yes,
okay,
it
yeah,
is.
in between Stony and Jeffrey.
Yes, right there.
And Foster's Pet and Animal Photography, and I got famous doing that.
And how old were you when you did that?
22 to 25, something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that was, I shot all the cow can dog food, cat food bags. I shot those when I came out here in Chicago. That's how I got it.
Right.
Because the 30 below in Chicago, I couldn't take it. My
Right.
car broke down on New Year's Eve on
Lakeshore
Lakeshore
Drive.
Man, it was like old Volkswagen. It froze to death, and so I said, I can't take it. I gotta move, and I moved to California, and came out here, and that's how I met Rudy Ray Moore.
Okay.
When I first got here, I couldn't find a film job to save my life, and the first job I got was actually shooting porn on a movie.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop you right there. So you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. You have been introduced to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Foster Corder, and he told us how he got started and how his love for photography and film came to play in Chicago, guys. And then he opened up his own business, and then he was on his way to LA because of the weather. And when we come back from this break, you're going to hear what he has to say about starting off in LA. No holds barred, so you better get your ears ready. We'll be back in a minute.